I mean, we're back. I don't think we can be more back. We're back. I talk about it all the time on the channel that there isn't really a mainstream outlet for pop punk, emo, punk rock, all this great music that we all love. And out of nowhere, on a Friday morning, Disney? Hey everyone, it's Michael. I've calmed down. I took a deep breath. I haven't even had my coffee. I thought it was going to be a quiet Friday morning, but no. Disney has announced a pop punk album, and the first song that we have is Simple Plan covering Can You Feel the Love Tonight from The Lion King. Alright, here we go. Disney has announced a brand new album featuring a selection of Disney hits reimagined by iconic alternative rock and pop punk bands. See, it's what I always say. Even mainstream outlets, in this case Disney, not Rock Sound, they don't know what to call it. It can't just be pop punk, it can't just be emo, it can't just be punk rock. They're all the same thing. So we have no official release date. Like I said, first song, Can You Feel the Love Tonight by Simple Plan. It's the film's 30th anniversary, and they have a Simple Plan. Here's what they said. We wanted to pay homage to Sir Elton John's original version while also adding our own style to it and making it sound fun and energetic. We're really stoked by how it turned out, and we hope everyone will enjoy it. Now, I have to give it up to Disney's marketing here, because this entire project shows me that there is someone under 40 who grew up in the 2000s, and this is the whole reason that this thing exists in the first place. But also, Simple Plan being the first band releasing a song has got to be like the smartest marketing move of all time, because what's the other cartoony Simple Plan song that's a cover, or I guess it's a new song in this case, or an original song that we all love? What's New Scooby-Doo by Simple Plan. So obviously we have the song here. It's Simple Plan and Disney. I'm not even going to chance it. There's no way I can get around that copyright. So I'll have the link in the description. Go ahead and listen to it there. It's a pop punk version of Can You Feel the Love Tonight. If you ever wanted that, you have it here, and it's by Simple Plan. It's pretty good. A whole new sound will see Mickey Mouse and his friends bring together some of their favorite alternative rock and pop punk bands to reimagine popular Disney songs. So now, in canon, Mickey and his friends are pop punkers. That's kind of crazy. With the full album and vinyl available later this year, that vinyl, if they do a cool variant, or, you know, if they do a bunch of different variants, actually, is what I would do. I would do 50, I would do 100, I would do 1,000 different variants. Those Disney collectors are crazy, and we know that the only people that are really buying and collecting vinyl are people who like rock, let alone who are into punk rock. So I would have 1,000 different variants of this. Maybe like a Daffy one, a Mickey one, a Goofy one, just something I'm thinking right now. The artwork is below, and the legendary Disney characters have a whole new look. And here is the album cover. So, honestly, the first thing that's coming to my mind right now is when you're looking at this, it looks like an alley. We have some cool like paper cut design, some tape holding everything together, just the font. I love that the height of pop punk in mainstream popularity and profitability was like 24 years ago, and none of the aesthetic has changed at all. Taking away like the Disney characters aspect of it, this is just a generic pop punk album cover from like 2002. And look at Goofy here. Look at that smile. Look at those eyes. I mean, Goofy's always been, you know, a wild one, but look at those eyes. Goofy knows what this is all about. And to top it all off, not only did Disney give us this, what is going to go down as one of the most classic punk rock album covers of all time, we have some, what does the article describe it as? Mickey and friends showcasing their pop punk side, looking through records and donning backward-facing baseball caps. Honestly, I'm kind of a little bit embarrassed I didn't think of the backwards hat thing at the start of the video, and Disney did. Maybe I am the poser. And here we have backwards hat Mickey being surprised by a record that he sees. Would have been funny if this was like Rites of Spring or something like that. That would have been funny. And then this is like this is the image that is going to be shared, I think, all day on Twitter. And Mickey looks like he's in a hardcore band. Goofy is pretty pop punk, short baggy pants, chain, flannel. And Donald looks like he's in a ska punk band, and he doesn't have a care in the world. Love the sunglasses. Like, I could sit here and make fun of this whole thing, but I'm sort of starting to embrace the whole project. And whatever young person, under 40 for sure, that came up with this and did all the designs and everything, like, they nailed it. Like, they nailed the pop punk aesthetic of the 2000s that everyone is so nostalgic for, that we always talk about. The fun music video in like an abandoned warehouse or a pool, and it's a party vibe. If we need a music video to come out of this, like where the band is playing in like a pool with no water, and like Disney characters are skating around it, everybody's jumping up and down, synchronized jumping. Like, Disney, the DMs are open. Just let me know what you need. I'm on board. And all jokes aside, the only real negative, there's going to be a ton of comments about, mainstream, and none of this is really, punk rock. The first band that we have is Simple Plan, covering the song from The Lion King. Like, but I think you're the poser if you don't enjoy, some aspect of this. There's no track list yet, which I thought was surprising. Usually when you get these kind of announcements, like, you want to get everybody excited, but the pre-orders aren't up yet, so I assume, like, we're going to get the track list when the pre-orders come, or stuff is going to start leaking soon. I mean, all of this is done. Like, it's not like Disney's going to call up My Chemical Romance later today and be like, hey, you want to be a part of this? Like, all of the songs are done. They have to get My Chemical Romance on this, right? Like they have to. The only negative thing I see here is that, like, let's say there's 10 songs, right? What's this track list going to be, or who are the artists? It's going to be Simple Plan. If you have Simple Plan, you might as well bring on Good Charlotte. You have to do Bowling for Soup, right? I mean, they always do this kind of like jokey kind of fun stuff. It's going to be bands from the 2000s. Sum 41 is, I don't know, they've released their last album. I don't know if they would do this. This is pop punk. This is mainstream. This is Disney. You have to send a feeler out to Blink, right? Like, you have to at least make the call. Jimmy Eat World, Avril Lavigne. Do you think that they are going to call Machine Gun Kelly? Someone like Olivia Rodrigo being on this wouldn't surprise me. And that would be super interesting too, because Olivia Rodrigo, for a lot of people, I would imagine for a lot of younger people, is getting them into pop punk with her. I mean, she's like the only... I mean, we had Machine Gun Kelly, we had some of these artists doing pop punk in the mainstream, but like Olivia Rodrigo is really the only new artist. I'm probably forgetting somebody, but like a lot of her songs are they're straight up pop punk songs from the 2000s. So her being on this would make complete sense. And yeah, the only negative is, as we always talk about, as much as talking about nostalgia and talking about, stuff from 24 years ago is fun, mostly, what this channel and what I always like talking about is newer bands in the scene. And, that's what I'd like to see here. Like, how do you not make the call to a band like Hot Mulligan, who's like the biggest band, I know they've been around forever, but like the biggest newer band, right? Like, if that makes sense in the scene, like they're not like some nostalgic act from, 2004 making, pop punk music in 2024. It's like, how do you not make that phone call? And just a slew of other bands. I'm not going to go in and name every single new pop punk band, but, go watch any other videos on the channel and you'll know what bands I think should be on this album. So that's the only thing that I would say is like a huge negative. I think this is going to be, 10 to 15 songs, all from bands that were, that made their first album 24 years ago, if not even longer ago. But, maybe Disney will surprise us and put a new band in there. Like I said, I assume we're going to start slowly, maybe hearing about leaks or stuff like that soon, but I'm still kind of, I've been talking about this for or whatever it is now, and I'm still kind of like taken aback. Like, my brain can't understand what it's saying with this headline. Like, what a perfect headline. Disney making a pop punk album. People have been asking for those pop goes punk albums to return for years now, and out of nowhere, Disney comes in and does it. So that's everything we know about the new Disney pop punk album. First song, Simple Plan, Can You Feel the Love Tonight? I'll have this article linked in the description if you want to check out the article again, or if you want to check out the full song. And honestly, I would love to know what everyone thinks about this, because this is kind of crazy. This is going to be the first big mainstream pop punk thing in a long, long time. And just look at Goofy, man. Something's up with Goofy. Like, he knows. He knows. I just realized, too, that Donald is doing, like, the... Oh, man. And Mickey just looks like he's in a hardcore band. Well, I guess in, like, the Simple Plan photo, they all kind of look like they're in a hardcore band. Maybe we'll get knocked loose on the album. Who knows? Please like the video. It really helps out the channel. Really helps me out. Please share the video. Subscribe if you haven't. Tell all your friends. And thanks for watching.